Vince,
Nancy.
can you believe we have been talking for 3 years on this podcast, yet we have so much more to talk about? Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Has it only been 3 years? My goodness, 3 years of having the conversations we all have in our heads out loud here on the couch with Vince and Nancy Living Podcast. Thanks to you for listening for the last 3 seasons and joining us this year for season 4. If you're not already, at Living_podcast on Instagram or Spotify. Like and subscribe.
Thanks for listening.
Bye. 11:11, let's go.
Let's go. We are.
We really are.
We are.
Got something to talk about.
We do. And in a few weeks, I think we've got another topic that you've just brought forward.
We're not going to talk about that.
We'll finish it with a bang.
Started with that. Hi.
It's okay. It's okay.
Taking the wind out of me. I did it myself, really.
Welcome, everybody, if I can compose myself. Because we pride ourselves on not really editing. So here we are. Get it together, Nance. Okay. Welcome, everyone, to your Monday morning, another episode of Living Podcast with Nancy and Vince.
Hello, hi. I'm Vince. I'm the windy boy in the room. Let's just clear it. Let's clear the room, shall we?
Well, you did.
Well, I did.
We just came back in.
We just came back in to start recording this next episode, and I was adjusting something over there on the lighting rig, and as I just a little bit of tension in the rig, and I went... And just let out
and I did have that split second of, because I can be very, very good with that with people. I don't want people to be embarrassed.
For a second, I was like, "Did you hear it?"
But I was like, "Yeah, nah, I'm not gonna deny that."
Well, I said, "Excuse me," because I realised straight away how embarrassing that was.
But as soon as you say "excuse me," it made me laugh even more, because then it's really.
Am I red? I feel red. I feel
I feel red for you,
embarrassed.
but no, I just think it's.
But you know what? It's a natural bodily function.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm surprised that hasn't happened earlier in all the years I've known you.
It happened that time we were doing yoga.
Oh, yes.
But that was you, so...
Oh, yes.
Or was it?
Me.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I just think that's so funny. Can I just say that I love a good fart?
I told you I still laugh at fart jokes.
I know you do, which is it's good
stupid.
though. It's not stupid.
Stupid.
But I've found this might be too much information, listener. But mornings and nighttime, I fart in my sleep so much to the point where Joy has woken up, the boys have woken up. The boys have told me, they're like, "Dad, that woke me up from my room."
What?
And I was like, wow, I've woken myself up. You never woken yourself up with a fart?
No.
All right, moving into today's topic.
No. I hate to burst your bubble right there, but yeah, no.
Never.
No.
It's actually there's something really, what's the word? Not rewarding. It's impressive.
I've actually been I think I've been to the hospital before in such pain, not knowing what's going on with me. This is many, many years ago. And then we've discovered that it was just wind, and how painful it can be if it's stuck. So, hey, better out than in.
Hey,
better
that's right.
out than in.
Just need a good poo or a good fart sometimes. That's what we need.
Well, that's not today's topic.
It's not at all. That's such a digression. We are so far away from today's topic.
So let's just beat it.
Hang on. Well, let's just beat it. I'm just going to get really close to it. Okay? As close as we can. Hey, there we go. We can hear him heeing in the background. Do you love that? I love it. Michael Jackson, the king of pop. Michael
is out.
The movie came out this week, Nance.
We haven't seen it yet, either of us. So this could be a part A.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We'll do part 1 and then part 2.
Okay.
As we discuss and break down Michael, the movie, because there's a lot of things that I want to talk about with this.
But firstly, can I just say,
yeah,
hand on heart, cannot wait to see it. Cannot wait.
I'm going to say hand on heart.
Unsure.
No, I can wait to see it. And it's funny because I'm quite conflicted. And this is a big point of contention in my family at the moment, because we are massive Michael Jackson fans. Myself in particular.
Yeah.
I think I've shared it on this podcast, but I've actually met the man.
Yeah. My sister has as well.
Who?
Yeah. Ange.
Ange did?
Yeah.
When?
Michael Jackson rubbed her pregnant belly after a concert.
Up.
Yep.
Well, hang on, that must have been 96 then?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Too early for maths. But yeah.
Wow.
Her pregnant
too early for
belly.
maths.
So I don't know if that was Kiara or Anthony, but yeah, which one? But yeah, which she.
Well,
she
the
stayed
last
back
time
to meet him.
The last time he was in Adelaide was 1996. And I know that because I was there. I was one of the kid dancers. There was 20 of us.
Yes, but that was at Adelaide Oval.
That's right.
No, I think it was before that then. Was there another one?
No, the last
was that
time
the
only time he was in Adelaide was Adelaide Oval 1996.
So it had to be then. So hang
Had
on,
to have
what's
been
that?
then.
20. Oh, so that's Kiara.
Kiara. There you
Kiara
go.
got a little rubbity
How
dub.
cool is that?
Yeah.
Well, yes, Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
King of Pop, of course. Lots of incredible moments in that man's career, from
Yes.
childhood to adulthood, everything in between. And then there are some grey areas. Now, these grey areas come with a big grain of salt, bit of lemon, bit of tequila, because it's hard to swallow. There's a lot of
Controversy.
I was going to say controversy, but then I was like,
either or.
I don't say that, but controversy. But then my brain just broke. But like, so yes, I met the man in 1996. I was one of the kid dancers at the World History Tour at Adelaide Oval. One of the biggest highlights of my life, like truly dreams coming true.
I did the after party, didn't do the bloody
did do
concert.
the after party. Oh.
Damn it, human nature. But
Yes, that's right. But I mean, Michael Jackson was a massive part of our lives growing up. He was played in our house all the time. I emulated him. I know all the dance moves. Growing up as a dancer, of course, he was the one that you wanted to be.
Absolutely.
But then,
and then Janet.
I love Janet. 1998 was the last time she was here. December 20, 1998, Adelaide Entertainment Centre Velvet Rope Tour. Take me back.
Yes.
So, with all the controversy, however you want to say it, listener, there's some parts now that I find myself conflicted in. And I personally will say, on the record, I don't believe the allegations. I don't know the truth, but I choose not to believe them based on the evidence that was presented in front of a court and a jury, something like 35 counts and 14 charges, none of which stuck, none of which were convictions, and people, and this is where the media plays such a big part, and the public perception, right? So because there was the first allegations in 1993, you have to also understand some of the backstory of why and when these things happened, because there are things that are probably just too convenient, Nance. So Michael Jackson was very much outspoken against Tommy Mottola, who was the head of Sony Music at the time. He even said that man is a devil. He was speaking out against the record label and leaving Sony. After that, these allegations start coming out about the things that I'm not even going to say because it's upsetting. Well, you know what it is. Hello. You're not living under a rock. Are they plants? Are they things that are there to disrupt and destroy this man's image and this man's career? Because he did a settlement of $20 million, his lawyers had advised it's going to cost you $30 to $40 million to fight this and or more, as well as damage to reputation, or pay it and be done. So they did that. But the public's perception is you've paid it, therefore you're guilty, right? And it was never proven, never caught, never convicted. Fast forward to only 6 years ago or so. Before it must be before that. Leaving Neverland with Wade Robson and another dancer from Australia who talks about their time, and they really detailed their experiences. It's harrowing. It's an awful watch. And I remember watching that. I was glued to the television watching it.
I remember watching that too, yep.
I was standing. I couldn't even move from the TV. And Joya was like, just come back. And I was like, I can't. Because I'm watching these kids who I see myself in. I could see myself as that 7, 8-year-old boy doing those moves, auditioning, getting the role, being one of the dancers. And then to hear what was happening, like it was just, it's really confronting, it's really upsetting because I love him and his music. So literally from then, the last 6 years, I've not listened to as much Michael Jackson as I ever did. I just couldn't. I found like something shifted. Now this movie comes out and I'm not racing to see it.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't. But there's a reason as well, because I've learnt through people that I know that have seen the movie.
I agree.
Okay. I can't wait because I'm forgetting for a second. I'm not saying I don't know the truth, whatever, right? But I cannot deny the man's talent.
1,000%.
I cannot deny that music that
1,000%.
affected me, my childhood. I cannot deny that. But also the reason I'm very keen and happy to get on down there to watch it is because this movie, played by his nephew,
Jafar, does a phenomenal job. Yeah.
It's up until 1988. So this is him as
Peak.
what I knew him
Yes.
for. So that is all I'm interested in. right this second. Get me there.
I agree
can't
with you.
wait.
I think they've done a great job in picking the time. But that is part of the backlash that this movie's been getting.
Yeah.
Is that it's like focusing on 1965 to 1988 because then people are like, you're stopping before the controversy.
Yeah, well, maybe there'll be a part 2. Let me enjoy part 1.
Okay, well, that's great that you say that because
Okay,
there is already
maybe.
rumours that
Oh,
there
there you
is
go.
going to be part 2.
Let me just enjoy it.
And they did have to reshoot the whole, like Jafar Jackson had to go reshoot a lot of it because there were parts in the film that they had included that they didn't actually have, the estate didn't have rights to represent the likeness of some of these people that then start going into the allegation storyline and timeline. So they did cut it at 88, which I think is great because ultimately you see the Jackson 5, you see his rise.
Yes.
And they do cover the big milestones of like...
A couple of nose jobs, I think, are in there.
Yes, so they explain
think.
some of the vitiligo, they explain the nose jobs. They also then cover... Because one thing I didn't know until recently was that he released Thriller and Off the Wall before leaving the Jackson 5. Like, they were still touring. And then it was the Jackson 5 World Tour, the reunion tour, where he, and it's in this movie, he quits on stage, where he says, this is our last tour, this is our and Joe Jackson's finding out, like the dad. Oh, I just can't wait to see that.
Let's not kill it for people that
Let's
haven't
not
watched
kill it.
it because I'm like, I can't wait.
I guess, like, I just want to know, like, whether you're a big Michael fan, not a Michael fan, are you
Or
seeing
were
it?
you a not Michael fan, but you're
Yes.
not running?
Yes, and that's like me. Like, I'm not running
Or
purely
Michael
because I'm
fan
like...
running, and then I choose to probably stop at 88.
Which I
Because
think
then
is
it's
not a
very
bad thing.
confusing and confronting.
And I think that's the part that, like, people are just challenged by. But I guess, like, it's funny because I'm like, do I want to see it? I do. I'm not racing to see it. But the first reviews that came out were critics' reviews, and they destroyed it. They said it's awful.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've slammed it.
Well,
But
everyone
the
that
fans,
I've heard,
but
yeah.
the fans, and this is the point that I was wanting to sort of get to, is that they're saying this is not a movie for critics, and the critics and the media can't always be trusted. As a fan, people are literally passing out.
Yeah.
People are passing out seeing his nephew play him. Somebody, there was a thing, somebody asked me the other day, do you think Michael Jackson's the most famous person on the planet? Do you think he has the highest level of fame of anybody? Do you think he's more well known than the Queen, Elvis Presley? Again, he's been dead for
I know.
a long time now, 2009 he passed. And, you know, all that time has passed and people are still passing out at the sight of his nephew playing him. So even the emulation of him is enough to cause hysteria. I would go as far as saying, yes, he is the most famous person on the planet. And people go, what about Kim Kardashian? And I go, well, hang on. Hang on, different time. So he was famous in a time when there was only television, newspapers, print magazines, and there was no internet.
Yeah.
There was no social media.
Yeah.
So think of the reach versus an influencer who's well known all around the world with 45 million people, but it's a different type of reach and publicity. So his level of fame, talent, and reach is unmatched, I think.
Yeah.
Absolutely unmatched. Michael, what do you think? I thought so.
Look, I am just keen to get there, keen to see
To get on down the road?
keen to just relive some of that music.
Get on down the road. What's your favourite Michael Jackson song?
Honestly, so many. You Are Not Alone. I love. There's just I can't. I actually
And do you
don't
prefer
have one.
like early Michael, later Michael?
I don't know.
They're all good. Don't get me wrong. Like
I
they truly
don't-
are all good.
I don't remember listening to a song and going,
Yeah, I agree. Even
I
the
don't know if
album
they were
songs.
all my favourites, but I actually don't remember listening to one of his songs on an album and going, fast
Do you know
forward.
what song brain injured me so hard? Dangerous.
Oh, okay.
Dangerous, the girl is so... Like that song is
Yeah.
just... I just remember that killing me. And then, of course, growing up, Black or White, the video clip with Macaulay Culkin at the beginning. And just the visuals, like the video clips.
Yeah.
And don't forget, that was around like MTV's time in the 80s.
Yeah.
But he would do 10-minute long video clips.
Yeah. Can you feel it?
Oh.
Can you feel like that?
But that's Jackson 5.
But it's still
Victory album.
It's still my my childhood.
That's such a vibe.
Do you remember what you were doing? I remember what I was doing in that moment that I found out. Do you remember?
That you found out what?
That he passed.
Oh.
I can tell you exactly what I was doing.
What were you doing?
I was working at managing Esprit
Take it back.
in Rundle Mall. Yep, managing Esprit, and it was a merchandising morning. So I think it was a 7 a.m. start.
Yep.
Right, and we were merchandising, and I got a text message from someone who I'd previously been hanging around, but I wasn't hanging around them anymore at that moment. And I just got a message from them saying, hey, I'm just checking in to see how you are because I know you're a massive Michael Jackson fan.
Yeah.
And I was like, excuse me? Like, what are you telling me? Like, and that's how I found out. Because obviously I'd gotten up, at the crack of dawn to be at work at 7 and
News
that's
broke.
how I found out.
It's a bit like 9/11. You know where you were when you saw that.
Can I tell you what I was doing at 9/11?
Yeah, you can.
Stupid Nancy. I've done some. I was watching TV.
Yep.
It was about 11 o'clock at night.
Yes, me too, yeah.
And the late night news was on. But I had it on mute because I was on the phone.
You're on the phone till 11 o'clock at night?
Yeah, I can't remember, but I was on the phone. And I remember telling this – I didn't actually tell them at the time. I realised the next day. And I was watching the news, and for a minute I forgot it was the news. I just thought it was a movie. Right?
Yeah, it looked like a movie. Yeah.
And I remember watching the TV with the TV on mute and just like it just passed by. And I was like, oh, that was, weird part of a movie, and that was it. Then the next morning I've gone,
oh, my God,
that wasn't a movie.
Yeah.
That was not a movie. That happened. And that's what I was doing.
Wild.
See?
Wild.
I remember. Do you remember?
I remember where I was for 9/11. I was watching TV and then it changed. We were watching a movie, Dad and I, and then it was like breaking news. And they were putting the footage on and we were like, just in disbelief, like, this is a movie. Like, surely this is a promo for a movie.
Yeah.
But then the news never stopped.
Yeah.
Like, we just stood from like 11 p.m. I reckon I didn't go to bed till 1 a.m. that night, if not later. Every TV in the house was on and we were all, Mum was in one room, Dad and I were in the other, and we were just all watching this unfold.
Crazy. And I also remember exactly where I was and what I was doing. Lady Di.
I can tell you where I was. 1997, August 30. I was under the stage at the Scott Theatre for my ballet concert, my one and only ballet concert.
Yep.
And all the mums came in and they were like, oh, my gosh, she starred her and Dido and Dodie, our favourite.
Yep.
And I remember thinking as a kid, because it was 97, so I was 10, but I remember all of us kids were like, what are they talking about? And I genuinely thought it must be characters on, because they were like, it's in a car crash. And they were in France and they did this. And I was like, it must be Days of Our Lives or something. And then they turned on the news in the dressing room and it came up.
Yep.
Diana. So I can very clearly picture that. I remember my mum and all the mums just crying. They were like, oh, they couldn't believe it.
I was watching an ex-boyfriend, I believe, play soccer.
Yep.
Right, and I reckon they were Coke headphones from the Royal Adelaide show, I reckon. The big headphones.
Yes.
Because I was a massive Crow supporter, right, in my time before I met the huge. It was only Crows in my eyes. And I had the big headphones on listening to the footy while I was watching the soccer. Multitasking.
You're a real sports fan, Ned.
Right, I really was, right? So, and I was doing it, and then I remember almost hearing the in the headphones, and I took them off thinking like, bloody headphones, what's going on? The footy's not on anymore.
Missing the scores.
And it was breaking news. So, and I was looking at everyone, and they weren't reacting because I was the only one with headphones. And I'm like, I think Lady Di just died like this with my big headphones on.
Where were you? Where were you sitting though?
I was sitting watching a soccer game, like a amateur league.
That's so fun. And people would have been looking at you like,
yeah, and they're like, sorry? But I was listening to the Crows in the headphones while I was watching soccer.
Wow, nah, that's crazy. But when I think back on like when Michael Jackson died, where was I? That's funny because I remember like just watching the news that night. I don't think I heard it breaking at all by any means because I feel like I would remember that.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I was very, very sad because, of course, he was preparing for the return. Don't forget, he was doing those shows, 50 shows at the O2 Arena in London. And they were releasing footage of him and they were showing the rehearsals and we were all like, oh my God, this guy's 55 years old and he's back and it's amazing and this will be the last time. And then he died. And we were like, but what about all the...
Yeah.
And then, of course, now, as we know, all the things that came to light thereafter where his doctor, the physician, has been charged with involuntary manslaughter.
Yes.
For administering the drugs that he was using. But the sad part really, again, like, is that he was, from the reports, and again, I'm only speaking of what I've seen and read, was that Michael Jackson was dependent on that sort of anesthetic to knock him out to go to sleep at night.
Wow.
But then they just overdid it. But like, that's very upsetting, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Especially when you, like you said, you can't deny that man's talent.
No,
But
no,
like that talent
no.
is not something that just is not just trained. That's a gift. That's something that is in his blood. Like his whole family is so talented,
Yeah.
but like his voice as a child to then go from like the youngest member of the Jackson 5 to the biggest member
Yeah.
is just phenomenal. And then to have a career spanning, 3-4 decades.
Yep.
And then of course, I think no career is without controversy, but unfortunately I think people try to take advantage. And I'd like to believe that. I would like to believe that.
But can I just say, now I'm thinking exactly, I believe this episode is going to launch today, will be May 11th from memory.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited. Not Michael Jackson related,
Why?
but just talent related. I'm going to see Guy Sebastian tonight.
Oh, well, there's a talent. Okay, well, there's a massive talent. He's the best.
I'm so excited. And to see Archer sing, I can not every time Jules puts something on social media of Archer, I'm there with Jaden, and Jaden's like into it now. And I'm taking Jaden to the concert. His first, apart from the Wiggles, this is his
I know, he'll
first
love
concert.
that.
I am so excited to see you, Guy. I mean, I know you, I know what you can do, and I'm the biggest fan at the same time.
100%, because you
Oh my
know
God,
that he
I
is
just-
the best.
I've
Best
got butterflies
best
in my tummy.
You always do. And I love that you and Guy have maintained that
Tonight.
relationship.
Tonight,
That's
I'm going to
tonight.
sit there with my
Wow.
son saying, look at this bloke.
Well, it's so funny you say that because I can tell you that our family group chat goes
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh, look at that.
Look,
yes.
my family group chat, my sister in particular, one of
Yes.
them, crazy good, definitely takes after his father.
Aw.
And isn't he's divine? His voice is unbelievable. And I mean, look,
Unbelievable.
Guy's another level of Guy has that same level of talent because he plays just about every instrument on his album, on his records.
And he hears
produces
it all and then can do it and can the lyrics. His brain is crazy.
Yeah.
Guy Sebastian, you might not see me, but I will see you tonight.
How good! Make sure you send us plenty of photos. Check it up on the
Oh my
Instagram
God,
for
I
us.
can't wait. I can't wait.
Well, look, I think if you have seen the Michael Jackson movie, if
Yes.
you've seen Michael, we want
Yes.
your feedback. Are you a fan? Were you a fan? Are you not a fan anymore? Did this bring you back?
Yeah.
Has this helped you relive those memories?
Yeah.
I can't wait to see I do want to see it. I can't wait to see the recreation of Thriller, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think that will just be amazing.
But this whole conversation today has just reignited the performer in me. And just tonight, I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
excited. Sorry.
Well, I will say that since the movie came out, my brother has been a driving force, Fabe. So thanks, Fabe. If we haven't already seen it by the time this comes out, we will go see it because he was like, we all have to go together as a family, please.
Aw.
This is something we need. It'll be
Yeah.
healing for all of us. I'm like, healing for what? He's like, for Michael. I'm like, bless him. Like, he's a massive fan, Fabe. But more so, he was like, this soundtracked our whole life. It
Yeah.
soundtracked our childhood.
Yeah.
And our sisters grew up in that time and we grew up in the 90s with him. So we really do bridge the whole Michael Jackson era.
Yes.
And this week I will admit, I have been listening to a fair bit of it. But like,
Love it.
Don't Stop Till You Get Enough is just the one. Like you put that on for me and I'm on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you have seen the movie, send us your thoughts and feedback.
Yes.
Please send it through because by the time this airs, hopefully we would have seen it, and we can maybe do a part B.
We
of
definitely
our
will do
thoughts.
that. Yeah, I would love
We'll
to do that.
break it down.
You're going to dress up?
Dress up. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
people are dressing up as Michael Jackson to go to the cinema.
Okay.
And then people are dancing. People are dancing in the aisles. People are saying that this is the closest thing you're going to get to a concert these days. Like
Yeah.
a Michael Jackson concert, obviously.
Yeah, wow.
But I love that. And I guess like it's lovely to see audiences all around the world. And I
Yeah.
see them on social media, like in America, Europe, Australia, like the cinemas are erupting. People are full of joy. People are full of love. People are full of music. I guess that's what he always stood for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe this is healing the world.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe it is, but I am just super excited. I'm like, let's stop the podcast. I need to go get ready
right, well,
for the concert tonight.
You go get ready for Guy Sebastian tonight. I'll see what tickets are available for Michael, and then we will we'll let you know, guys. Michael, here he is. We will catch up for another episode next week. Living Podcast with Vince Fusco
And Nancy Timpano.
Bye.
Am I living?
I
love
can't
that.
wait. I can't wait for the movie. I can't wait for tonight.
I am going to dress up. I'm going to wear my History World Tour T-shirt.
Wow.
I've got a hat. I think if I'm going to go all in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though I'm a bit like on the
not?
fence about it. You know what I mean? I'm still
Up
gonna
until
go.
88. Just think of that.
Justin 280.
Look at it that way.
But then you miss out on such great music from the 90s.
They might do a part B. Don't stress.
That'll be better.